Well, there is a place you see him clearly. If that's okay. And that moment was this. Few seconds. Yeah, that was him there in the asshole rock. And that was when he said, "Emi man see money." How many of you are fans of Gbenga Adeboye? Itu baba ita. Laisi Abeshi Ìpínlẹ̀. Especially Laisi Abeshi Ìpínlẹ̀. Mo ní ìwọ tó mo ní ìwọ eégún yìí. Ọ̀run ló ti lọ bá àgọ̀ rẹ̀. Mo ní ẹ̀yin mo ní ìwọ eégún yìí. Òní àbọ̀là òun ló jáde láyé. Àbí? Then ẹ̀yin ọlọ́kọ̀ rẹ̀. Mo ní ẹ̀ṣunú. Gbenga de Gbenga. Òwúyẹ́. Aṣòro sọ bí ọ̀rọ̀. Òwúyẹ́. Aṣòro sọ bí ọ̀rọ̀. Sórí ìdí mo sọ pé ó ń ṣunú. Àbí pàràpò pù. Kí ni bàbá? Pù. Èmi ni òróǹro ìfun ẹ̀dọ̀ ṣàkì. Bí wọ́n ṣe ya gbogbo rẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀rí gèlètè. Mo ní èmi máa ń ṣe é mà ní. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. It is one very lovely, amazing late comedian, Gbenga Adeboye. There is a particular rendition for a man that whatever he said will happen. Laisi Abeshi Ìpínlẹ̀ was his name. If he said it should rain, it will rain. If he says you should go and die, you will die. It was like kind of comedic rendition. So an instance happened where Laisi Abeshi Ìpínlẹ̀ was walking home late and encountered the masquerade and those who are, sort of guiding the masquerade. Now, they had issue to the point that Laisi Abeshi Ìpínlẹ̀ got beaten. And he's one man that whatever he says will happen. So he now told, when they asked, it was like, he told one of them, he told the guards that, what is Enshunu in English? Because I can't even say that in English, because that shunu is pretty much like you are stupid. But that shunu is more or less like you are sort of excreting your intestine. That's not what it means, but that's what Gbenga Adeboye turned it into. So by the time he told them that shunu, so they started sort of excreting everything inside them, all of their organs, like they want to poo-poo. So he now said, I was only joking, I didn't mean it, And they asked him, what then happened to them, Baba? I said they excreted all their intestine. You're asking me what happened to them after. They died now, but I was only joking. I didn't mean it. That's exactly what Tinubu did. Between last night and now, ladies and gentlemen, those who have been affected so far, now them go get story to tell. But Tinubu was only joking. Now they play. Say na play. Now una don't know what in your body tells you today. If you are in Nigeria, whether you are rich or you are not so rich, whether you get job or you don't get job, everybody day one, you know how you feel for body. You are telling yourself that you have to be stronger. Ekokotoba majeata idia agbono. Any sound solid pot we won't chop pepper. Are you with me? In the yansh go hot. You know what that means? You have to put a pot on a very hot plate. Even though the hotness is kind of uncomfortable, but the pot go to chop the soup before you. That was just some illustration that doesn't kind of fit well, especially if you know where your body they tell since the past 24 hours, whether you voted for APC or you no vote for APC. Are you with me? But did they tell everybody? Even people will be say, now the smell of the shege bansa, they smell. People are now hallucinating, imagining what it's going to be like. Shege bansa. And now they have started the journey of blackmailing you. If you never received the blackmail yet, you can wait for yours. They will deliver it to you soon. If you say, we told you, Shebi, we warned you, you will see Shege, this country, you will see what Nigeria will become. Then they start blackmailing you. That is it's not good. You may not like Tifnumbu. Me too, I don't like Tifnumbu. But, if you are wishing that Nigeria will not be good, Nigeria will not be good. Let us stop wishing that Tifnumbu is going to fail. If we all say that Tifnumbu is going to fail, then it's going to fail. And if Tifnumbu then fail, nobody all of us go suffer. Now blackmail, no listen, no. Now nonsense, anybody try that nonsense with you? If you get stone emoji, you should stone them. Ashetani. You know that Ashetani is stone. I don't know if that emoji day. Is there any emoji like throwing stone emoji? Because sometimes when you use that slap emoji, it go be like say you dey wave. And that one not do well. Stone this now blackmail, now bobo. They want you to feel. They will say now because say you know support Tifnumbu, and you have been saying that he go fail, he go fail, he go fail. That is why Tifnumbu will fail. No be say because Tifnumbu is person where they talk say people dey house, but the light dey on, but person no dey house. Dementia, kleptomaniac, selfish, self-centered kleptomaniac. They want you to pray for him. Pray. Let us pray. There are so many evil spirits, even if Tifnumbu wants, they are waiting there and talk be that for 8 years of Bokwari, where would they die like flies? So that is why those who died under Bokwari, those who diology under Bokwari, they are blaming them. Now, because most of them always said that Buhari will fail. Buhari will fail. That is why Nigeria is in problem. Let us stop that. In Sekaya 39, in Kerubu Suratul Fatiha of 90, all that thing. Now, Bobo, no listen, no, because listen, if you don't like them, you have your reason, Abi. At the same time, it doesn't stop them from doing their job, Abi. But they don't get any other job than to ruin you, destroy you. That's what they are. Remember, APC came to steal, to destroy, and to kill. Don't let anybody preach to you otherwise. So they will tell you, hey, it's no good. Is it Tinubu that is telling marketers to turn up their price? Is he APC that is saying that? Hey, man, don't let them blackmail you. When they do that, just say, oh, I blackmail me. Yo, I blackmail me. Because if I don't like them, what happened to those of you who like them? Your prayer na fake? Your love na fake? How come your love and care and all of that? How come that one no work for them? No people now push them? So they will blame, they will try to, they will have started though. It is called pushing blame. But they go tell everybody. They know they tell people. But they know they tell a person. Tell a person. They know they tell a person. Yeah, tell a person. They know they tell a person. But body go tell you yourself. Body go tell you. And it is not that somebody is wishing you anything. It is what you wish yourself that others are becoming a victim and becoming victims of. But as they talk, last, they don't cast. Now everybody go shop breakfast. Oh, everybody. Now this is a different time.
He don't cast. Last. Everybody go shop breakfast. He don't cast. Last. Everybody go shop breakfast.
Last. Day 1, day 2. Looking at the counter more. There will be more. And like I said, let's call that the first part of this conversation, okay? Because we're going to go to the tribunal now. Tifnumbu's drug conviction case in America is the first witness Peter Obi called out of all the witnesses he promised to call. 50 witnesses. And the evidence, the court documents, and everything that has to do with Tinubu's conviction in the US, the forfeiture, have been admitted by the courts in evidence. I will tell you what I feel about that today, and then what the report says from that place too. Then we'll go to the next one. Then we'll go to the next one. And if time allows, then we'll take calls. Do you mind using your break if you haven't really paid your offering? Paying your offering means liking the broadcast, okay? So if you haven't done that, I think you should. Let's take a little break. Just a minute or two. Thank you. I want to go to that court first, say a few things on that, and then go to the next one and go to the next one. You know, after all of this, right, everybody go still get served, like I said. But some are being served sharp. I'll tell you what happened in the court so that I can go further. It's so important that I don't miss that, okay? So in the court today, the tribunal, according to the, should you call it a text, the text report of what happened, the conversation and all that in the court. So let me give you the summary. Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati and other Labour Party guys were in court, which will mark as day one. And from the record, they said, the entire case is in Peter Obi's name, not in Labour Party's name, which means he is the only one who can authorize the withdrawal of his case. Therefore, the role of Apapa in trying to distract and all of that seems to have been sort of curtailed. Another court has granted Abure a perpetual kind of order that Apapa should never parade himself as either factional or acting or chairman of Labour Party. So it seems all kind of cleared at this point. And in their day one, their first case, the first case they presented, I'm sorry, the first witness they present happened to be a lawyer from Anambra, a voter too, who is the star, no, not star witness, it's not the star witness they said anyway, because at a point, APC, Egbekegbe's lawyer said, is he your star witness? No, he's a moon witness, which means he's not the biggest witness we have, but we are opening our case with that. And it has to do with the $460,000 US, criminal forfeiture, but they call it civil forfeiture in America. So the defense of Angon, the petition was that Tinubu as an ex-convict for drug dealing, and with all the court documents that back that his involvement, is not qualified to be running for the position of president of Nigeria. So somebody is now staying as the witness, presenting that evidence. And it was quite interesting. So I don't want to bore you with the back and forth lawyers' cross-examination and all that. But there are particular interesting parts, or should I say, there is particular interesting parts when the entire witness and his own case or so was being kind of downplayed by the APC, Tinubu's lawyers, right? That caught the attention of the judge in there and said that, why are you laughing? You get what I mean? Like, why are you laughing? Is what he said funny? Or is what is going on here funny to you? And he apologized and they moved on. And that was when he came back with. But the case of drug trafficking that Peter Obi is talking about is a civil case. It's not a criminal case. That is why. It's called civil. And it was like, no. It's called civil forfeiture. And civil forfeiture in this regard is to avoid jail. If you don't want to go to jail, you part with this money. And according to the American law at the time, I don't know if it's still the same, right? The law says any proceed of crime that will be forfeited by court, must not be above 500,000 US dollars. So that was what brought about the deal. It was meant to go to jail. It wasn't in the US, it was in Nigeria. All his other associates were picked up and they went to jail. But APC, Egbekegbe, wanted to push civil in it, like a civil, it's not criminal. Heroin trafficking is criminal. Was criminal, is criminal, and will always be criminal. Do you get that? And I think that was when the judge was like, what's funny? Why are you laughing? Like, is that funny? Is that what he said funny to Tinubu's lawyer? However, what do you call it? I think that does it for today when the case got adjourned again. And remember, they said they are going to be sitting every day. So tomorrow is another day. But outside the courts, there were some dramas that I think we can't miss. I'll show you. The first one, especially from this comrade from Niger Delta, a Niger Delta soldier, to stand and make sure nobody stop Tinubu's inauguration. I don't know if he's stranded in Abuja right now, because they say you went to Abuja with 10,000 naira transportation, and you are now leaving Abuja to get your mandate. When you now left, to leave Abuja now, it will cost you 40,000 naira back to where you come from. Money we then promise you or pay you. You don't even cover your transportation to and fro. Talk less of spending a whole week in Abuja for somebody who didn't probably think of the ripple effects of what is said at the event you are ready to die for. Look at this guy.
And we saw the brothers of Nigeria and we are here to dance and jubilate, to make sure that Tinubu is in the seat. We've been here for more than 1 week. We are from the Greeks. We are called the Niger Delta soldiers. We are never afraid. If we see the truth, we talk the truth. We are not thieves. We are not thugs. Our minimum wage is 150,000. We are not thieves. We can't steal. We can't cause trouble here. We are for peace. This peace is for Nigeria to have peace. Through the Niger Delta soldiers from the Greeks. Thank you.
Together. Anyway, 50,000 naira minimum wage. You know those ones that they call the repentant militants. The Yaradua was paying. Yeah, that's how they kept peace in Niger Delta. They are paying people, but Akpabiole came and he looted 11 trillion. 11 trillion naira was what Akpabiole looted through the NDDC. Remember that it's okay, Honorable Minister, it's okay. It's okay. Remember that video? It was because of NDDC, money for those boys. Unfortunately, it is what Nigeria is. But inside the court where they saw Obi and his vice, yeah, I think I have a clip of that. Ma check here. Dati also appeared on the day one of when they opened their case. Briefly.
Your children are happy that you are in high spirits. They are happy that you are in high spirits. As you can see, our
very high.
High spirits. Yes.
And this is my first time. I hope you didn't find the court boring. I hope you didn't find it boring. Before now, we were challenging candidates.
Yes.
Now we are challenging the sitting president.
Yes.
So for us, it will be switcher. For them, before it was a greater.
Yes.
And for Nigeria, the change will be stronger.
This is our elephant, our lion. You know, this party has two heavy lions. The tigers, the lions. Guys, don't be scared. We are all in high spirits, as you can see. Everybody is happy. We're in high spirits. Initially, we were challenging a candidate. Now we are challenging a sitting president. No going back, guys. No going back, guys. Victoria Asata. Isoleto, E-Africa.
Isoleto, E-Africa. All those alutatin, eh? Hey. Okay. Now, there are those who got served generally. Now, let me tell you something, how the shege is being served. And don't get carried away. Don't get involved in their fights. I kind of love to advise people not to get involved or have any dog in their fight. But a lot of you can't. It's difficult, isn't it? But all of us are going to be served, okay? However, we are going to be served differently. For those who are, the majority that are being served through the policies that are going to ruin businesses, ruin jobs, and all that, the criminals who brought in criminals themselves are not going to find it easy. See, if there is any politician you don't want to be right now, trust me, his name is Gandola, the Babariga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano. Bank it liquidate you. Gandola ti deure jele aguntan jeno. Sorry, you don't understand Yoruba. It is also another analogy which I would spend all night to explain to you. So may I no repeat them. Just leave on like that. It simply means that Gandola can be considered as internally displaced politician right now. Like the one they will say, Ile ogba ona ogba ton shere ewe ara agba. Don't ask me for the meaning as well. It's kind of expressive. Homeless. Front is blocked. Back, na blade, na dagger, na aki and everything they carry. Where you want run go? Right now, there is a guy who is the governor of Kano State. His name is something Yusuf, but I kind of like to call him Gida Gida. He's the protege of Kwakwanso. Remember that Gandola was Kwakwanso's vice president. I don't know if all of you remember that anyway. Do you even remember that? Do you? Okay, no? Okay, well, fine. It was Kwakwanso's vice. And Kwakwanso's supporters in Kano, they are like Bokwari supporters in Sambisa. Those ones that can kill anybody, like say, be anything. So when the Gandola decided to revolt against Kwakwanso, everything that Kwakwanso did for his people back then were almost kind of destroyed. Not destroyed though. Were almost erased. That's the word. Erased. Schools shut because Kwakwanso built them. Clinics, hospitals, right? Shut down. Left to rot away because Kwakwanso built them. Then the ones that they didn't let to rot away, they sold them as scraps. Imagine you, governor, that awarded a contract for a building And the contract worth over 460 million naira. And you are talking about privatization. You sold it to your son for 10 million naira. No be for Kano supermarket, they're supposed to burn Gandola. Like, if to say at that time, we be say our forefathers, they say eye for an eye. Touch my eye, touch your eye. If Gandola, who has made life unbearable for so many there, what kind of daylight robbery is that? Almost half a billion property. You sold it to your son. You're not even like lands. You see school in Kano. Gandola don't sell the field. You know that football field that you always have that we call the assembly when we're in primary school back then. You know how they be now? You have school, you have playing ground, field, open field. Then you realize that they say all the back, now the school get all the land, then we are farming on them. Abi no be so? Gandola see, the school day, Gandola don't sell field in front of school. Now another people buy the land. Then they build shopping mall, school like this, shopping mall like this, because Gandola don't sell them. Hospitals, government landed properties, landy around government buildings. Gandola they cut and they sell. Which kind? These guys are so cold-hearted that the kind of robbery that they carry out in Nigeria, Baba, majority money. No joke. Death by hanging, like the judgment that came for that eating hotel. Is it called eating hotel in Ile-Ife? Are they doing? They don't sentence them to death by hanging, two others. You remember that man who killed a young man that went to lodge in his hotel for money ritual? Was it last year or 2 years ago? I've not heard that in a long time, except when I was growing up and I used to kind of hear that in Yoruba movies. Ìdájọ́ mi rèé. Èyí ni ìdájọ́ mi. Ìwọ arákùnrin so and so. Mo dá ẹjọ́ ikú fún ẹ kó lọ yẹgi fún ẹ títí tí ẹ̀mí yóò fi bọ́ lára rẹ, which simply means in some of the Nollywood movies too, here is my judgment. And you will hear that sound. Like somebody don't die already. You, Mr. Theophilus Agbabiaka, I hereby sentence you to death by hanging. You will shake until you are out of breath. Order! That's it. That's exactly what should have happened to all Nigeria politicians. You need to go and check. They are writing themselves huge, big checks in a country, the poverty capital of the world. They don't give a damn. Who cares? Unfortunately, Gandola that was everywhere with Tinubu, he be like saying no go get any federal support. You know why? Tinubu don't go make deal with Kwakwanso. Gandola is in Tribunal because he wanted to make somebody his own successor. It no work. They sweep him out. Now sweeping him out right now, they have naked him. Imagine Gandola and his wife. He said he called the guy who wanted to be who is the governor, who was governor-elect that time, and said, "Come, I dey go Abuja. You need to come and take over. I want to hand over." Say, "You the craze, you the mad. Come and take over. Where? Today Sunday. You be like say you the craze, I mean. You better wait till tomorrow morning before you go anywhere." He knew what he did. We ran away from Kano, left all the document transition, everything. He left everything inside Kano house. He left for Abuja. When they go to Abuja, he's no longer governor. Oh, sorry, what's the governor then? No, 28. Because I wanted to kind of figure out where he slept. Maybe in a hotel, or maybe the governor's lodge, Abuja. I don't know. But the way he appeared at Kolu's inauguration, he looked kind of confused. Kilo Shelesi Gandola. What happened? Abisi, okay. Of Soludo, they wear red cap. And people will wear red cap, that they get special screening. Whether you be governor or anything, no matter. Sure you get. But Gandola, Babariga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano. The same Gandola that we saw everywhere. Of course, he didn't deliver Kano, unfortunately. And I think that was where he lost his own ticket. Should I say his own meal ticket? Or sort of a coverage for him. Baba can't go Abuja, reach Abuja, dress fine. Wear Tinubu. You know that Tinubu cap where they make from Sabongari in Kano. You go know say a special one. They can't look like say get gold inside. I don't know. I say, don't come here. Are you mad? What? Sorry, who are you? It's me, Excellency Gandola. Say, no, go over there. There are seats. They make seats for everybody in that. If they can do this to Gandola, just watch out. Then they give them green card, red card, and other cards. Then give Gandola green card. Gandola believes say na state box and go sit down. Where president day. Now we be president men. Say pavilion A or pavilion B. Pavilion, not VIP, VVIP. Shade Gandola blind in it. He no see pavilion A, he no see pavilion B. He no see state box. Before in Waka go state box, say, it's me. And they're like, what card do you have? Green card. Who sent Gandola green card instead of a gold card? Remember that Gandola was complaining in a leaked phone conversation not long ago, where he was worried that Tinubu met with Kwakwanso in Paris. And from what he heard, they've concluded everything about him is pretty much like of no use. Now, people would have to like kind of beg Tinubu to find them something. Please find them something, please. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I take God beg you, sir, please, sir. The shame will be too much, sir. That kind of the thing, that's how they would have to arrange something for Gandola. Somebody maybe say they be kingmaker. They were everywhere. But it's too early. It is too early. Somebody said it's too early. Including this embarrassment, it is also too early. Abba, just a few minutes. Lord, your Monday, you did this to Gandola. And I think that is when the likes of Emefiole, ladies and gentlemen, Emefiole is either going to resign and say, I'm resigning so that Tinubu can announce another central bank governor tomorrow or before the end of this week. Sure you get. So they met today. And from what I heard, they said Bokwari personally pleaded with Tinubu to please spare Emefiole, that everything Emefiole did, he authorized them, everything. Maybe whether Tinubu go do that or not, we don't know. Emefiole hasn't left Nigeria. He went into the asshole rock today to see Kolu. And from waiting me, 1, 2, 3, me, my 36, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, me. I don't know what that means, okay? You can see I'm touching my head. It simply means that in my mind, where I'm trying to calculate 1 and 2, Emefiole is gone. Though you would want him to anyway. But whatever happens, before the end of this week, it will become the regular rumor. He's going to retire on, he's going to go in June. He's going to go in the Kinecon. He's go soft landing, Neo. Sure you get. I just hope that the landing won't be a spring one. You know, if you want with a springboard, they say, oh, yeah, land. Bah! And they will just bounce like, bah! Kuje! They will need somebody to use as a scapegoat for Bokwari in order for Tinubu to try to want to buy goodwill from the people. They say, we told you, you go fight corruption. They've arrested Kiniko. They've shaken Kiniko. Yeah. Okay. Again, just watch. Right? Because this early moment today, now so we hear breaking news. It's Kilo Day now. What's happening again? They say DSS versus EFCC. Kilo Day? Why? Are they not supposed to be expedite the call? You know what I mean? Like, we be same. What happened? Why would EFCC? We don't know. And DSS come up for their own office for Ikoyi. Enter EFCC office. Can't they arrest everybody? Kilo Day? They say EFCC is in the wrong office. All this why. They are not supposed to be in that place. But it concern DSS. DSS na estate agent for federal government. Day 2. I mean day 1. Day 1. Anyway, that was a dream. Everybody, they laugh, they catch cruise everywhere. Everybody was like, you know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a long roller coaster of comedy. Or sad comedy. Because it's going to be comedy that actually involves people's lives. And if people's lives matter to you, you won't just laugh. You look on DSS at EFCC. Which they combine together. Until this evening, when President Kolu had to say, DSS, please leave EFCC office. Let's settle the problem together. As your father, I call you. Oh yeah, stop fighting. Breaking news. So, can you even believe that? Breaking news. President Kolu said DSS should leave EFCC alone. He go settle their fight. Breaking news. Day 1. It's not funny. And that's why I keep my straight face. If I kind of find it funny, I'll be laughing with you. But think about what I just said. EFCC, DSS. Small time now, you go see police, they do frog jump. Because Jagabanami is offended Jagabanami. You go see. Jagabanami. You go see policemen, they do frog jump on the expressway. They say, God punish you. I love this Jagabanami. Beat him. Beat him. That's what they do. Police, thank you, Jagabanami. Oh yeah, you go see drama. That's exactly something you don't want to see. And that's why it's funny to you, right? I know even when you see it, you will laugh too. Make video. Must see how they as Agbero slap police. Oh, Baba, I shake. Now me they pay for body. Oh, now police they slap for us. No, I couldn't keep it together for too long. I can't pretend anymore. I'm like busting inside because I'm just imagining it in my head. Like, imagine you telling me that, Baba, Omo, when Agbero slap police, now me they pay for body. Now you then slap. So no be me, Baba. Now fear cash me. Nigeria, I'm gonna. Situation is going to get into head. When things begin to touch everybody, you go say when situation pass that you should cry, you just laugh and say, man, wow. You know, and I think that's one reality that Boko Haram is also going to come to, because when they go to Daura, see how they welcome them. And some people are saying that, man, this country, you don't know what to then do. For Daura, they say be king, Gabi, see the rousing welcome. Everywhere, see. After the reggae, play the blues. After the noise, comes the reality. King Boko Haram that got to his house. Have you seen him in his house? By the way, have you seen Boko Haram after this? He did Daura. No wonder he said he was going to move to Kaduna or Niger Republic. Omo. If you like, go Shanghai, Republic, wherever you want. because you will never escape what you have done. Trust me. And you know one thing about life is this. They say life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. Men of yesterday, they will have their tails behind their balls. Yeah, it's just gonna start happening soon. Hey, all of you, where I told you, who knew the atrocities were a wicked committed? All of you who have kept track of all the atrocities of Malamu and the rest of all those murderous people who used Boko Haram's government to commit crimes against humanity. This is the time to start putting all the petitions together. This is time to begin to start tracking them. Sure, you get, before they begin to whitewash themselves here and there, we will track them down, we will report them, and wherever they are seen outside Nigeria, serve them the dosage of their own shege. Report them and report the crimes they have committed. Get them arrested. It's not. What do you mean it's not possible? I said there are people who are already putting all these files together. A lot of them will never get any support from Tinubu. In fact, Tinubu will likely want them gone. And it's now up to all of us. So, sure you get. Boko Haram, they complain about the AC in his house. Weary. Now, outside they talk Abina Fufude. It doesn't even matter. Even when he's speaking English, you still need an interpreter, won't you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Wannan sai daɗi. Wannan abin daɗi ne. Wannan abin daɗi ne. Abin daɗi. To baba.
They don't see it. What happened to the well? They will put in another air condition. Yeah, and good luck with that. There is, like I said today, happened to be the Biafra, the Memorial Day, or you can call it a Remembrance Day for the Biafrans that were, killed during the program, the genocide of 1967 to 1970. Nigeria never took responsibility. Therefore, therefore, that is the reason why they would not want to discuss the Nigerian genocidal war called the Biafra War, Nigeria-Biafra War, right? So today mark over 5 decades now that this incident happened, which means 53 years ago. So 53 years ago, and today they were remembered all over the world. So in Scotland, we are got invited, right? And I saw a lot of amazing people. Some of them are watching me right now. I'm so sorry that I just had to greet everybody, take pictures and all that. We didn't have a chance of having so much, introduction and all that. You know me, and I only know quite a few of you, which I have met on different ground of either protest or rally, solidarity, what have you, here in Scotland, even in England, in London, several times. But there was something that I actually felt today. It was like the love. You could feel it. People, embrace one another in a way that makes everybody feels like we are just like brothers, sisters. And it's I don't know how to, all these people will get fancy words to describe how love, to describe love, affection, and then express and all that stuff. I don't know. I need to improve my oratory skill. But all I want to say is that I am so happy to be part of that today in showing to the world that those Nigeria killed are not forgotten, and those that are currently paying the price 53 years after are also not alone, right? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in the procession, people kept reminding the whole world that an innocent man is still locked up. Even when their court says he is innocent and he should be let go, your court said that. And by law, even if you don't like him, the ideal thing is to compel the government of Nigeria to let him go. If all their evidences couldn't convict him, even if their own court says let him go, and they are holding him. So, and it could be anybody. It could be any one of us. It could be any of us. And it may not even be about, oh, I want to break up. Or it may be about anything. All they need is to have something to hold you for, and they'll take away your liberty. And that should be unacceptable, if you ask me. Well, it's unacceptable to any. So one thing I didn't add, because they had so many program engagement for the day, I only participated in one. They had about 4 different programs, which if I'm so impressed. If you see the turnout, I'm sorry I didn't make videos, because I just wanted to make it like, an invite not about myself, where I will be carrying camera, I'll be recording. I say, who is that? That's my recording for his channel. No, I went there to honor and respect the memory of, the Biafran program, right? But the only thing I didn't add because of time, and I'm adding that on this program tonight, and it is an appeal too. You see, Bokwari hated the Igbos so much that he did so much to get the Nigerian army to crush them, destroy their economy, burn their homes and villages and all that, all because he wanted to take a revenge that nobody knows why. So he wanted to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a trophy. Abi, they celebrated. They even had to broadcast the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Hausa to the Hausa audience to celebrate the achievement. So if I have an appeal to make to the criminals currently in charge of Nigeria, it's going to be, I would advise you don't inherit Bokwari's enemies. And what do I mean by that? Bokwari made the Igbos his enemies. And for the Igbos who are ready to kiss his rotten ass, they will be spared. It's like a mark of David, a mark of what on them. When I get to your house and I see the mark, I will pass you. That is what Bokwari offered the Igbos who were ready to help him advance his evil whatever agenda in Igbo land. He did that for 8 years. Thousands of young and old Igbos were slaughtered and killed. A crime, yeah? So he did all of this for God knows what is the end goal. Now, when he lost in all of this, he became ashamed to let Nnamdi Kanu go and return him back to Kenya, where they kidnapped him, where your court said he should be returned to since September 2022. Remember that, they give you the date, September 2022. When Nigeria court said, they didn't say let him go, like they said return him back to Kenya, where you kidnapped him. And maybe if you do the right thing there, you can then bring him back here. We can then try him. If you can't do that, there's no court that can try Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria. So the appeal to Tinubu is this: don't inherit Bokwari's enemy. Don't inherit Bokwari's enemies. Try and make, well, you've made enough enemies for yourself, and you're going to make more. Don't let the Biafrans, the Igbos, the hatred for them that Bokwari managed to institutionalize in Nigeria, don't inherit his enemies. I won't say more than that. Apart from that, after that, I will continue to encourage all of you to stay united. Stay united, stay stronger, keep your voice high, right? Even if it's going to remain just one person, just make sure that that voice never, doesn't die. And with what I saw today, it is a matter of time. Trust me, it's a matter of time. And thank you. What I'm going to say next is that I kind of have some clip, but it won't really matter anymore, because we have come to the part where I can take few calls, okay? But I can also kind of end the program anytime. So what we're going to do first is, if you are still here with me, you can still like this program, okay? Like this broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to take a break, okay? And that break, when I get back, I will take calls, and that could be your chance of contributing tonight as well. So don't go anywhere. I will be right back.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.